Hello everyone and welcome to the battle of the weebs. We are all weebs and we are all welcome. Yes, yes we are, I think. Anyways, we're starting at whatever track this is. This was recorded a few days ago. I think it was a decent race. It's A class, I do believe. We come into the first corner. The way this MX-5 is built, it's built more on handling and less on top speed. We give the Subaru a little tap there. I'm going to try to line up right behind them without losing too much speed. But yeah, this car was mostly built around handling, as whatever car that is in front of me just decides to park it on the racing line. I am sorry if I don't know the names of some of these vehicles, for I am half asleep while recording this. Because it's the only time you can get my lovely voice into them gameplay videos. Yeah, we all love that. We shift down to third gear to make that corner fast. You have to think about this stuff when you're in the MX-5. It's not exactly the fastest, and the curbs do also upset it very much. I don't know why, but I think it's because we're low to the ground. Yeah, and whatever Nissan that is, he can catch up to me on the straights basically, but as you can see, I can basically hug whatever line I want as long as I don't touch the curb. As you saw, the back end got a little bit loose there. Now we're making sun time up. Subaru is actually pretty far now for this sort of class. I completely forget to turn for that corner and just bang out second gear. And I lose time, but according to my last lap, I lost 3 seconds, so that's good. I did learn that I can mostly hold out this track flat from Super GT. He did some 1v1 challenge video here, and it looked pretty cool. Yeah, but fourth gear kinda just is where this car dies if it's set in a corner. I tried to avoid the apex there, and I almost forgot because I'm used to... Well, when I'm on this track, I'm mostly drifting, so I just put my tires up there for cinematic reasons. But the Nissan completely sends it up the inside. I give him a little tap, like, hey, I want that back. We're both like, why don't you go? And then I just decide to go around him. And third gear almost kills me. I would take here through fourth, but I'm pretty sure I would just either go off the track or not have the power to come out the corner properly. One thing I do notice is the back end gets a little bit loose every now and then as we cut that corner. Yeah, I put it into fifth there, so when I shifted down I was in the high RPMs. And it actually worked out. Now we're going to see what I do in this corner. Avoid the apex and just keep it in fourth. Just foot flat for a majority of that corner, keep it in fourth. I do believe, let me see, I can almost keep my foot flat. If I angle my car just right, I can keep my foot flat in fourth. Coming down this straightaway, I'll be in sixth. Fifth. I don't want to be in sixth because I feel like it would die as we almost send it into the back of this car in front of us. Look how much time we're gaining just by staying away from the curbs. It is amazing. Sure, at some points we are drifting as we give him a little love tap. And we come up side by side. And of course, I just have superior grip. Thank you for whose ever tune I'm using. And we just completely annihilate him. We look back, go a little bit off track. I used apex, well, whatever that was, to help me. And we make that turn perfectly fine, which I am still surprised by. Now I'm going to try to maybe gain one position, because I do believe, I can't see from here, but I do believe the leaders are about to start battling and may or may not lose some time from it. Now as we come down that final corner, it was almost flawless. I feel like I could have ran it a little bit wider and kept a little bit more speed. We lost 0.08, which is not bad. We run a little bit wide, trying to, get closer to the leaders. And whatever red car that is, I swapped to the camera's too fast to see what it is. But I have no idea what that is. We ride the apex and it actually didn't send us to the shadow realm. And we're actually making pretty good time. This is the final lap, so let's see if any mistakes are made up front. I think they did make contact. They separated for a little bit. I ride the apex since I shifted down to third naturally. Just saved that little bit of time. And since nothing much happened for the rest of this race, we're just going to fast forward. No, we came in third, podium finish. GG's to everyone. I'm sorry if I sound like a depressed potato, but on to the next race. This is a race of many victories and many fails for the WEEB team. In the end, you'll see what happened, but of course we start dead first, well second, where there is basically no action. I completely forget that there was third gear and I banged out second a little bit. I watched Super GT and Basic Ollie, well not Basic Ollie, but watched Super GT drive this track. He showed me the racing line. And the game looks way cleaner when you don't have these big, bright red, flashy things in front of you telling you when to stop. And you actually do end up finding yourself that much faster when you can rely on yourself to tell you when to brake and not, you know, some little sign on the road that can be blocked by another car. Now, one thing to make clear is these people will have way better corner exits than me. For some reason, I just spin wheels on the corner exits. As you can see here, we send a little deja vu in. I don't know why, but apparently we did. Now, as we come down to one of the mid-track, see, and again, it's this blue, not blue, that is white and red. I am stupid, please forgive me. But that Nissan just came out of nowhere and took the inside. And whatever gray sedan that is came up from the inside. But watch this fantastical move. English, I said it. Just look at that. Up the inside. He had no idea I was coming. None of them had an idea I was coming up there. And look how much closer we just got to the Subaru. We gained so much time through that corner. That corner is our card to play when we need a position, as the Subaru kind of slows us up on the exit. That's not something I expected. I thought it would be zooming around this track. But of course, being it all-wheel drive, it probably struggles just a tiny bit in the corners. And look at that. In these high speed into lots of braking corners, I can gain so much because I'm not using some stupid braking line anymore. I try to push it up the inside, but it just doesn't work. So I thought maybe I could come back, but he blocks it just enough. And he's off zooming again. I really have to rely on the start, kinda mid, and the end of the track to make positions up. And it's really hard, because as you see here, I cut a little bit too much. I didn't mean to do that. And in this corner for my gear ratios, it's so awkward. Like, I'll be at the top of third, I have to bang it out in third gear, then once the corner finishes, into fourth. That is because if I shift mid-corner, then we all know what happens. Deja vu. Takumi comes out of the shadow realm, starts making me drift. You all know. And you can just see the time this Subaru's gained on me. He's basically left me in the dust. Now I'm going to have to try to do something fast. I decide to send it out there without braking, and I am a complete fool. I send it into the grass. And of course, here comes the wall. Ow. Ow, that hurt. Yay. We didn't lose one. Well, we only... I do believe we get this position back. Yeah, there we go. So we lost no positions out of that, but we fell out the back of the field. And again, the top two just zoom away. For some reason, today is just a third place day. I don't know why, but I come zooming back in on my favorite corner. Just barely making it around it. You can see the tire marks. And I really want to get at least top two. Top two is reasonable here. But I'd have to pass him in the corners, then just block him throughout the entire straight. And there's already this red and white Nissan on my tail. Again, I don't know why, but he seems to be so superior when it comes to taking corners sometimes. Like, just looks the way he shoots up the inside, no wheel spin. He may or may not be rubber banding, I'm not sure. But you know, I'm kind of getting tired of him. Because we had our little battle last race, and he almost won it. And then again, someone's on my inside. Who's that? It's this gray Cadillac or whatever it is. I try to keep it moving on the outside. Doesn't really work out. I decide, you know what? Just get in the draft behind them. Hold it out. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I want to see how they are going to take this corner again. Maybe I can get another pass in. I shoot up the inside, give him a tap, and I back off. I don't want any trouble. Fifth gear was maybe a bit too much for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to sit in the draft for right now. I know I'm going to be in trouble at the start of the track, because with all the elevation changes, it's a nightmare to keep yourself from not spinning your wheels. Even in a low-powered MX-5, the WEEB mobile, aka the reason you came to this video, because I'm unentertaining. But the thing is, look at that superior braking. I can brake at the very last second while they have to brake a few feet ahead. I try to make the inside work, but I could feel my tires slipping and I backed off. The thing is, I am not on race tires. I do believe I am on sport, so that is a tiny disadvantage. I think most of it, and then I just dropped my controller, I think, for some reason. I'm not sure why I went into the grass. But I just completely leave the inside of that corner open for anyone to just send it up the inside. And again, I'm just cutting every corner, just trying non-stop to make myself glue to the track. And I think it's worked maybe a little bit. I don't know. Again, where did he come from? Look at this madness. He just shoves me up the inside on the outside. And I've had enough of these little red Nissans, so I'm going to show him what I like. I'm going to give him a taste of what I'm made of. You know what? I decide against it. There's one. Let's make it to the end of this lap. So I just back off and watch what happens. Anyways, before the video ends, 74% of you are not subscribed, so feel free to subscribe, help me out. Thank you, bye-bye.